Uh, I'm sorry, I gotta jump back on track here
Sure.
for just a minute. Michael, I just gotta ask Jonathan something offline here. So I'm gonna mute us. But someone had a question here for you to talk about the underground situation that you witnessed. Are you able to talk about that?
All I can say is, based on that, yes, these installations for the most part are subterranean, and they go down several several levels. I can't give specifics, but they are real. Deep underground military bases are a real thing. It's the most common practice for all this technology because they have somewhere to store it, and it's safe from nuclear fallout, nuclear exchange. So I wish I could talk about it further, but I honestly can't. So maybe one day in the future I will be able to, and when that does happen, I'll be able to point and paint a picture for everybody so they understand. But it's a lot of
Yeah.
money that to fund these, and what the interesting thing about this too is all these installations are very self-sufficient. So everybody's asked, well, what about the janitors? What about the people who prep the food or do facilities maintenance? Like, why don't they come forward? Well, they're also taken in the demographic of people that may not have this ability with P3 when they're screened, but they use these refugees also to use this. And if they're given a good lifestyle, they're taken care of, they have medical, they've got education, their families are taken care of, then they will not come forward and risk their livelihood because they're technically illegal immigrants, and who there's a risk that, let's say, if they were to get deported or something, they'd have to go back to where they're at. They don't want to go back to a impoverished area. They want to stay in the program they're doing because they're taken care of. And
Sure.
that's
That makes
kind of
sense.
it's because what they have expressed is that if you were to go liberate people in these installations, they are people who don't want to be liberated. They want to just resume their lifestyle because they're given everything they need, more than what they would be in their original environment that they come from.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, I just wanted to wait. I need to get that documentation before I want to talk about it.
All right.
I know that we had the conversation,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've had harassment, but I never told Dr. Greer what I told you today.
Yeah.
I've talked to it with a couple other people, friends of mine.
Yeah.
But I just thought that if I got into that other stuff, that it would
but
just kind of take away.
You don't have to talk about the car. I mean, if you're able to
Well,
talk
no,
about
I
your
mean,
grandmother.
yeah. Well, I mean, I want to get the police report. I'm sure they still have it.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. It was just a situation where he was harassed.
Okay. Well, look. I had what appeared to be a federal agency vehicle car turn in when I lived at my grandmother's. We had a disappearing driveway essentially, and I was parked a little bit further back than I should have, and a government car pulled in and hit me. I guess they were trying to turn around. I don't know what they were doing, but they left their front bumper and the government plate that they had on the front of it on the bumper itself, and it tore off, and they left it. And this has been years ago, several years ago, a long time, about 25 years ago or so. And I filed a police report. I'm going to obtain the police report at some point. And but anyhow, I traced it. Well, they did. The local police, the Graham police, traced it to the federal government. That's how I knew. Well, I mean, anyway, so that's how I knew that. But this has been years ago.
But I mean, the guy that showed up and knocked at the door. Are you able to?
Yeah. Just
if you,
yeah. Can we go into it later?
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, I understand, and I understand, Jonathan.
It's creepy, man, and this is really what we're talking about is pretty far out already. I don't want to.
Yeah, I know. It's I can express personally. I know it's difficult, man, because I'm going through similar stuff, and that's why I'm always armed. People kind of call it paranoid. I call it being safe.
Right.
I'm not on my phone when I'm driving. I'm looking around. I'm trying to see what's going on and trying to keep my head on a swivel. So, and I was told that that's how I should approach things because, we're keeping the bad people up at night with this.
But do you feel, Michael, do you feel more comfortable since you've actually talked about it? And I mean, does this help you in a way to have like a public conversation where, I mean, do you feel more protected by talking about it?
To an extent. And I think it's funny that the government was like, oh yeah, you get protections as a whistleblower. Well, in a legal sense, I do. It's not like I have a guards with me. They're going everywhere between my house and work and, every place of business I have, or it's not that's not how it works. And the way I see it too is like, if they're going to do something, they're going to do something. I can't stop that. I can try, but if I'm outnumbered or, these guys are obviously more skilled than what I'm ever going to be, so it's the way I see it, it may be a matter of time. We accept that reality at the end of the day. It's just how it is. You shake up the hornet's nest, you're going to get a few hornets.
I mean, if there's this program you're talking about, it's just so like amazing and mind blowing that something like this could be actually happening and people getting away with it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I mean, I think the world is becoming increasingly destabilized.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we got a major regional conflict going with hundreds of thousands dead or wounded. We've got a continually weakened economy. We don't have mass production in the United States anymore.
Nope.
And we're just it's not, things aren't looking good for Americans at this point.
No. So I see this question here. They actually didn't check my dump pouch, which was surprising because the camera itself it wasn't very big. And it wasn't something that had like the thing that flips open like the screen. It was just like a flat camera that was probably about this big. And I stuck it in there. So the pouch itself wasn't small. But I think they were in a hurry. I don't know why, but I wish they never found it on ship because that would have been something that I would have sent to. I would have, I'm technologically unsavvy. So I would have shown my dad that. I would have shown a couple people, and that probably would have been the end of it, to tell you the truth.
I mean, if we could actually see something like that, I mean, that would be, I mean, that's always been the issue with this whole thing about UFOs is, not being able, Jonathan seeing what he's seeing, you seeing what you're seeing, and not be able to like hand it over to someone, and say, here it is, everyone, this isn't BS.
Well, and we need to set the record straight with this. And I agree with a lot of people with this, but this is my stance on it. Disclosure is not about testimony. It's not about what Jonathan said. It's not about what I said. It's about evidence. And that's first and foremost the understanding I have. And so I'm hoping that there's other people who are more in these programs, such as the insiders I've been working with, that have tangible evidence, which they do. And if they're able to hand that over and make it clear that this is something that is meant to be taken serious because of the seriousness behind it, because of the people being killed, threatened, harassed, because of the people being taken to be used as basically biological equipment into these facilities for these programs, it's something that's disturbing. It's something that I don't like knowing what I found out, being told by these people. I don't like it at all. In the instance I could tell everybody is that the rule that applies to my disclosure is careful with what you wish for.
Now, you mentioned, Michael, earlier that there was some type of program that actually may have shot or shoots up to like 3 craft a year or something. Did you say
2 to 3? Yeah, the installation I was taken to, they shoot down 2 to 3 ET craft a year.
And you also heard that Jonathan's account of what he saw looked like it had been hit by what was that?
A Hawk service air missile, Hawk Sam, Peruvian Air Force.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I mean, I also, every Thursday night, I do UAP Crossfire. And, I mean, it seems to be the consensus of a lot of people that you know, I mean, the big question is, oh yeah, these UFOs get here from wherever they get from, who knows, interdimensional or another star system, whatever wherever they are from, how did they get here? And why are they crashing? And, you know, I mean, everyone there in that consensus in that group, you know, basically says, well, they're being shot down.